Hey, what's happening everybody? This is Royce from Pellet Metal. Welcome to my channel. Today I have, I picked up two of these new Hot Wheels 2016 Ford Focus RS's. And I only found two of them at Walmart. I thought they were pretty cool. And I'm going to open up, one of them has with the worst pack. I'm going to open up here and show you some quick ways how I detail my Hot Wheels cars up, the ones that you decide to take out of the pack. I know I'm a little weird. I'm sure everybody's kind of similar that are into this hobby. I buy two of everything usually, or I try. So I have one that maybe I'll take out of the pack, and I like to detail them up, and then my favorites I put into a case. These are examples here of some Porsches that I thought were pretty cool, the 934 and the GT2. And basically I go over them and just kind of soup them up and make them look more realistic. And why I say that, I don't know if you can see on the orange one there, I go into any of the slots and any pieces and parts that need it painted black to make it look a little better. And the wheels, I did gold on that. I might do a separate video on those sometime, but today we're going to do the Ford Focus on the Focus, so to speak. I'll go ahead and crack this open, get rid of that. And this is the first time I'm looking and holding one of them, and it's pretty cool. So, you know, I prefer my 1/18th scale cars, but I am also into Hot Wheels. Oh, it's got some nasty scratch on the windshield there. But I thought, you know what, some of these, the tempos look good on the front here for the headlights, and the Ford emblem looks cool. But as you spin it around, it just looks like a chunk of blue plastic to me. So we're going to fix that. Most people could probably do this at home with a few. I just have this is a aluminum color, gloss red, and a semi-gloss black from Tester's Paint. You can pick up at Michael's store, pretty much any hardware store. I have a smaller scale. I'm not sure what number this is because it's all worn off. It's a 010, I think it says, on a smaller paintbrush, and then you're gonna need some thinner. And also I prefer fine Sharpie markers, and these I've had for 25 years and they still work. These Micron. This isn't, which one is this? 0.30 millimeter fine line, but as you can see, it's really small. But I go into nooks and crannies with that. So we'll get started here. I have some reference photos up on my screen here, and the taillights is the main thing that pops out when you look at this car, or I should say the pictures. Now my hands are not as steady as they used to be, but I'll go ahead and give it a shot. It's kind of an odd shaped lens here, this back. Sorry if I'm off camera here. It's kind of hard to pay attention here and look at the monitor. And I just lost, how in the world is that shape there? I just thought, I can't, they had the paint so thick on this car, it's hard to see. It's hard to see the shape of the rear lens here for this tail light. There, we got one done. Looks pretty cool. It just makes the cars look so much better. Oh, they even have a little RS logo on the back. That's pretty cool. It's hard to see the outlines for the light. Like I said, the blue, this grabber blue paint is very, which by the way is the same blue that Volvo uses for the Polestars, is from what I understand. But this is a very bright blue. really hard to see that. It's really hard to see the outlines there. But with some practice, you can usually do one of these cars in 5 or 10 minutes. And there we go. Looks so much better. It's the way they should have done it from the factory, if you ask me. But what do I know? I guess it gives me something to do. Looking at, there's also 2 small lights that are on the bumper, 2 red strips. Looking at the reference photo, I don't think I could replicate that and get it to not look crappy on the bumper there, so I'm not even gonna try to attempt that. So what we're gonna do here is work on the rest. I don't think there's anything else I need to do that's red, so we'll go ahead and close up the bottle there and thin out my paintbrush. And for time's sake, I'm just going to try my darndest not to get paint smeared all over me. Normally I probably would let the taillights dry, but I think we can work ahead here. I'll open up the black. I'm going to work on the front here. I like to get a little bit of paint on the brush and then dab some off on a piece of paper that I have sitting off to the side there. The grill in the front is decent, but the real car is better. It's more blacked out than what they're showing here on this example. So what we're going to do here is fix all this right here. I'm looking at the reference. I'm just staring up here at the reference photos. I just want to make sure I'm painting the right sections here. This takes a very, very steady hand, as many of you know that do this, but it can be very rewarding, and you can apply these same techniques on any other scale diecast cars if you're not shaking. Like right now, for whatever reason, I think I had too much iced tea a while ago. Kind of a little shaky here. Let me get this one little spot that I missed. As you can see already, it's taking shape, looking a little more realistic in the front. Now this black ductwork in the corner here, I'm not sure how I'm going to get those yet because of my brush. Let me get some thinner on the brush there, and I might have to thin the paint out and just kind of get it in the corners there. What I'm talking about here, I don't know if you can see it, is the corners of the bumpers. There's black that goes there, like a black ductwork piece, and then it has that daytime running lamp piece in there. I think I can get it. So let's go ahead and finish this front pieces here. Alright, well that wasn't very easy to get in there at those little slots there. but it doesn't look too bad. The next thing, looking at the reference photo, I see that right off the bat here, we could, what we could change is some of the little nooks and crannies. So what I'm going to do here is just set this brush aside. I don't think we're going to need that right now. Actually, I probably could use it for the thinned out black areas on the top of the roof spoiler here. I don't know. I gotta see if I can get this where you can see it here. So that just gave it some, looks now like a two-piece. It makes the spoiler look like it's a separate piece on the car's roof. Sorry, I keep moving around. I'm still just learning this camera here. It's so hard. I want to go opposite way of what way you want to go. So that's looking pretty cool. Next thing we're going to do here is break out those. We're going to try the fine point marker here. Set those aside. Now I'm going to try this. You have the rain gutters on the roof. There's two creases on the roof here. Usually you're going to have to hit it maybe 2 or 3 times. That looks cool there. So you can, I don't know if you can really see it there, but it makes quite a visual difference having it blacked out opposed to not having it blacked out. Let me just set the car down so I can rest it on the table here, but it looks so much better. Try not to get any of my fingers in the paint I just worked on. And there's also a crease right there at the trunk, or the rear trunk, I guess you want to say. Well, that looks cool. It makes quite a difference. I don't know if it shows up well or not, but it looks a lot better. It looks more realistic. And we're going to go in here on the creases of the door jambs, I guess you want to say. Now this is going to be tricky here. Let me sit the car down so I don't freak it up here. That was me not swearing to freak it up. That was the family friendly version. This has some nice door jambs and whatnot, creases that you can get the marker into. So it really, I have a little boo-boo there at the top. And what I do for boo-boos is sometimes I'll just come back. I know this is going to make people cringe, but I just do like a light scraping of my X-Acto to get that off, because otherwise it's too hard to get in there with a paper towel, or I guess you can take a Q-tip in there with some thinner on it. Yeah, this just makes it look so much more realistic to hit the door jambs. If you're a Focus RS nut, you're going to really love having something like this to look at as opposed to what they out of the pack. I think that just looks awesome. And now we could also go in here at the, let me go picture of the rear trunk area up on the screen. Okay, just here where you would open open and close the trunk. Let's see if we can get the pen in there. That is not easy, but trying to be as steady as I can. There's a little boo-boo there, but... And now there's... You could hit it up underneath where the license plate recess is. I would hit that. That looks cool. There's the Ford logo right here. Which we could probably hit with a little bit of silver paint then. But I think that all in all, that looks pretty cool. Let me get my hand out of the way. That would probably help. Looks a lot better. Now, like, you could go in and try to paint in with white the daytime running lamp pieces on the front, but I think that would be pretty darn hard if you're not real careful. Next, what we're going to do quickly here before this ends, I don't want to make this segment too long. We're going to hit the rear reverse light and that Ford emblem a little bit with some silver. Since probably, like I said, and then you wouldn't even have to do this. You could just go and buy the red and black. If you want to do, maybe we could lightly outline the tips of the exhaust. Very so gently. And there we go. And if it's something you don't like, you can always change it. It's not that big a deal. You can just wipe off whatever you don't like. The silver here, if the red would be completely dry, what I'll show you here, I don't think it's completely dry yet, but I'm going to show you. Anyway, if I screw it up, I screw it up. You could go in here to the lamp. There's a little section of silver according to the reference photo. Just do a little tight little, just a little dab of silver there. And I think that pretty much will complete it for today. So what I could do is I'll put a before and after photo. Why I keep going opposite way I need to go with this camera. And that's it. Some easy steps there to detail one up. I guess we could go, technically we could probably, let me see here, we could probably go in those creases on the hood too. Anyone knows me, you know that I can't leave well enough alone. Now it's going to be hard, I think, to get those side ones because the paint is just so thick on. I'm not even going to attempt it. But I did that line across the top of the front bumper cover. I think that's good for now. Oh, there's the gas cap. I usually, oops, I did get a little poo-poo there. I like to get the gas cap flapper too, whatever you want to call that. So there we go. I think that's it for today. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, and if you like it, maybe I'll do more. I have some Ferraris and some other ones if anyone would be interested in checking them out. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. All right, bye now.